With that down, let's move on to this, shall we? Marvel's Disney Plus shows have, I mean, to put it nicely, have been hit and miss. A couple of really great ones, a lot of stuff that's really kind of middling, and a number of things that absolutely sucked. But you know what? One of the things that they've done pretty consistently well is their assembled series. See any of those? You remember when they would do a show?
I love them.
And then it was basically every time they'd have a show or a movie, they'd then put out this kind of like a little docu-series away on kind of on the philosophies behind the show, how they made the show, all that kind of stuff. I, for one, really kind of like these shows. I thought they've been really quite good. Well, according to TV Line, they're not making these shows anymore. They have stopped making them. This comes to us from Superhero Hype, who write the following. According to a new report in TV Line, Marvel Studios has reportedly no current plans to produce any new episodes of its Marvel Studios Assembled show. Its most recent episodes debuted last year on November 13th, which centered around the making of Catherine Hahn's Agatha All Along series. Since then, the studio has not released episodes dedicated to its most recent movie releases this year, Captain America Brave New World or Thunderbolts. And again, I went over and then read the article on TV Line, and yeah, they're just saying what we are hearing is that they are done, that they're not going to do them anymore. Now, anything can happen, that can change. And I'm kind of two minds on this, Rob, because on the one hand, I'm really quite disappointed that they're not going to do any more of these, because these are very well made. They're enlightening. They give us some really neat insight into what went on. There's always something interesting in there, and they're generally very well put together. But I have to admit, I don't think I've watched one in a while, which is really weird because I actually quite like them, but I just never, and I don't believe they did one for the Daredevil series.
No.
It's been a while since I actually watched any of them. So like on the one hand, I thought, this is crazy. Why would they cancel this? And then I thought, well, when's the last time I actually watched it? I'm part of the problem. Anyway, Rob, you hear about this, that it sounds like they're, at least according to TV Line, they're pulling the plug on this little series. I think it's kind of a shame, but I wasn't watching them either. I don't know. How are you feeling about this?
Well, I've thought one of the great drawbacks to the Marvel Cinematic Universe is they never had like Lord of the Rings style special features, made for their physical media and documenting these films, because especially the Infinity Saga was a monumental achievement. And I would have loved to have seen chock-a-block documentaries full of how these movies were made and the thought processes behind everything that they did. And these assembled were the only, I think that's the last one I watched that you have up there, the Making of X-Men 97. And they were really insightful and really interesting. And they were the closest thing you really got to DVD or Blu-ray special features. And I really liked them. And it's unfortunate that they're not, I mean, I'm sure a lot of it, like with DVD special features, only about 20% of the people that bought DVDs watched the special features. Unfortunately,
I did.
I know. And it was kind of heartbreaking because I spent 20 years making special features. And it's like to know that only 20% of the people that bought physical media and they were on the disc, it's not like they had to do more. You already bought the disc and only 20% of the people were watching. Well, if you take that over to viewership, they probably realized that the amount of money they were spending on putting those things together were not worth what the views were getting, which is unfortunate. And I will miss them because, it's kind of like Light and Magic, the ILM documentaries.
So good.
So good. And the second season was so interesting, even though it was only 3 episodes. But still, the fact that Disney was doing those, I think it diminishes, Disney Plus a little bit. But I understand you can't, it ain't show friends. If it's not making money, how do you justify the expense of the time and effort put into making these things?
Yeah, and it's just a bit of a shame because like the great thing about these, which basically are here, I saw some people in the live chat kind of saying, well, these are basically like just extensions of DVD special features, and
Yeah.
you're not wrong. It really is. And like one of the things I've always loved about DVD, Blu-ray special features and things like Assembled is that it gives us as fans a new way to get even more immersed and connected to this great material that we love watching and celebrating and all that kind of stuff. And that's why I like one of the first things I would do when I would open up a new back in the day when I still bought physical media.
Back in the olden times.
One of the very first things I would do when I bought a new disc was I would not watch the movie. I'd go straight to the special features.
Yeah.
And I'd watch the special features. And, you know, like people like you, Rob, people like our good friend Cliff, who's one of the best in the business right now too. Like you guys, it was your job, it was your profession, it was your craft to be on sets of these movies and these shows and make like basically this documentary material that people would watch and enjoy and things like that. And, you know, it broke my heart when I started to realize that more and more back in the day when I still collected physical media, that less and less discs that were coming out would actually have significant behind the scenes stuff. And Assembled was kind of like a revisiting of that. And now it's going away. Like, is there a way, do you think, to do this kind of material that might garner more attention and get more eyeballs on it, do you think?
I've thought about that for so long. And I think ultimately, I just think we live in an era where people they don't care. They have to care. They have to want to. I think people just want to be entertained. And we who cover filmmaking, we who love cinema, we still like to know how the sausage is made. So to go in and to hear the philosophy of the writing staff, for instance, and then to see what went into actually being on set every day. And look, I would love to have done on James Gunn's Superman what I did on Superman Returns. I was in Australia the entirety of principal photography every single day shooting. And it would have been so interesting because, you know, movie making, the people that make movies are like characters unto themselves.
Yes, they really are.
You know, and you've got your entire on a film set, you have all the different walks of life represented. You know, there's basically the electricians and the grip and electric department, and then you've got the camera department, and then you've got the costume department and makeup, and everybody's different, and it's like a traveling circus. And it's so interesting to see all these disparate elements come together under the vision of a director, and it never ceases to amaze me. And it's so much fun to watch, but you have to be interested in it.
Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video, BetterHelp. Guys, one of the things that's really frustrating to me is that there's still a lot of stigma around men's mental health, but it should not be that way. Men are expected to always stay strong, keep together, provide, perform, and yet over 6 million men in the US experience depression each year, and many go undiagnosed. It's okay to admit that you could use some help. Real strength is being able to say, I need to talk to someone. That's where BetterHelp comes in. With over 35,000 licensed therapists, BetterHelp is the largest online therapy platform in the world, having already helped over 5 million people. And it's super convenient. You can join sessions from anywhere, whenever it works for you. You can even switch therapists anytime at no extra charge. And the results speak for themselves. BetterHelp has a 4.9 out of 5 rating on the App Store with over 1.7 million reviews. So guys, if you're feeling the weight of the world, don't carry it alone. Talk it out with BetterHelp. As the largest online therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp can connect you with mental health professionals who understand what you're going through. Our listeners and viewers get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/Campea. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Campea. All right, guys. Question is for you. What do you think about this? I mean, it's definitely not one of the most popular shows, but I know I really enjoyed the Assembled series. But I admit I stopped kind of watching them. Not because I chose to stop watching. I just always would just forget about them. I don't know. Did you used to watch them? Did you like them? Are you going to miss them if they are indeed gone? Whatever you guys think about this, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.